Hello. Come on in. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Today's a special day today. Very special day. Come on in. Come on in. It is 7 o'clock on the dot. Come on in. I'm going to wait for you all to come in. You all come on in. It is Thursday. Hey, Joanne. How are you? Listen, Joanne, it's my birthday today. I can't believe it. God is good. It's my actual birthday. Today, 7/11. So I came on here to talk to my chosen ones. To talk about moving forward. Okay? I say this is my 40 forward birthday. Hey, Betsy. Thank you, dear. This is my 40 forward. It's time to move forward. Hey, Robin. 40 forward. I can't believe it. I don't feel 40 forward. I don't feel it. I still feel young. I guess it's the youthfulness in me, you know. I still feel like I'm in my teens. Look, I still feel so youthful. Oh, thank you. This is one of my favorite colors. Now that you all know. Y'all excuse my clothes back there in the background. I had to get those from the dry cleaners. I almost forgot about those clothes, to be honest. But yeah, I feel so youthful, especially now. You would have caught me 3 years ago. I wasn't feeling this youthful. Like, I feel so vibrant, and you know, that's what I want to talk to you all about on this special day of mine. You know, talk about moving forward. You know, I'm glad I got my door locked. I'm in the parking lot doing this live. You know, folks just be walking all up. That's why I lock my door. I don't know about you all, but when I get in my car, I lock my door. I don't care where I am. I don't care if I'm in the suburbs, the hood, wherever. It is a habit. You won't be walking up in here to sit down or to snatch me up out of here. I lock my doors. Women, we have to be, you know, cautious and just create different habits. I don't care who you're with. Just create habits, you know, for safety, you know. But come on in. Let me talk to you all about moving forward. It is time. Excuse me. Even in my own life, it's just time. Time to move forward. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited. I'm so excited about moving forward, and just, it just feels good. You know, it feels good to be in a place of peace, be in a place of clarity, to be in a place where, you know, you're not worried about things that you can't control. Like, to do that self-work, it's hard, but it's so worth it. Thank you, Joanne. It is, honey. Listen, girl, let me tell you something, Joanne. That's a lot of work, okay? But it's so worth it. When I tell you, I went and got my nails done. I went to do this little greenish color. I almost messed them up. This green color to go with I have a little outfit, a jumper set that is this color. So, all of my birthdays today, I'll be doing something today, tomorrow, all, you know, until next week. Not the entire month. Some people do things the entire month, but I'll just be doing a few things today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. But it really feels good to do the work. It really feels good to, you know, how do I say this? Take back your power. It feels good to snatch back your power. to remind yourself who you are. It feels good to know that you are that girl. Okay? You are that woman. As they would say. It feels good to know that you are his daughter, right? And you have the power, okay, to declare and decree and to create the life you want. You have that power. If you do the work and you learn who you are, you have that power. Because sometimes we forget. Sometimes we attach ourselves to people who want us to forget who we really are, who don't want us to know that we are that person, okay? All that goodness you have in you, you are that person. Like they would say, you are that girl. You are that woman. You are it. And you have to remind yourself, and that's not speaking out of arrogance. That's speaking out of facts. Okay? That's speaking out of facts. Because sometimes you can be connected to people who don't know who they are. And they want you to feel the way they feel. Right? They want to treat you so bad till you feel how they feel, or you forget who you are. And sometimes, when we don't have the strength to walk away, God will create a way. He will make a way. He will make a way for you to get out. But this is my 40 forward, okay? You have to read between the lines. 40 forward birthday, okay? Purpose day. And I'm just so excited to be in this space. I'm so excited to just be moving forward. Mentally, spiritually, I feel wealthy. Have you ever felt wealthy? Like you feel rich from the inside? You feel like, I don't know. Have you ever felt just joyous? It's like, it's a richness that money can't buy. Like money can't buy how I feel on the inside. No amount of gifts, no amount of anything could take away how I feel on the inside. It feels good to feel good. Look, it feels good to feel good. It really does. It's like I just be walking around smiling and just joyous. And I know the enemy hate that, because he thought he was going to snatch my joy away. That's what he thought. But God said otherwise. He did all he could. He did all he could. D, you're going to get there, dear. You just have to change your perspective. He did all he could to snatch my joy. And it didn't work. Okay? It did not work. He did all he could. He's been working overtime. Especially since 2000. 2000, he thought he was going to hit me in the gut in 2000. But that only made me stronger. He threw everything he thought. He touched everything that he thought. That the devil touched everything that he thought I cherished above believing in God, my faith in God. He touched everything. Right? He touched every single thing that he thought or he believed that I had put over my trust and my faith in God. And I had to show him I stand on business for real. I stand on business. And see, sometimes the enemy take your kindness, and I've said this so many times, sometimes the enemy, and then not just the enemy, people, they take your kindness for weakness, They think that you're naive. They think that you're gullible, right? And they don't understand the fruit of the Spirit. They don't understand that you're not naive. They don't understand that you're not gullible. They don't understand that you're not weak. What they see as a weakness is a strength. See, the thing that people saw in me that they thought was a weakness, it is not a weakness. It's something that a lot of people don't have. Only a lot of the chosen ones, we have it. It's called long suffering. It's called long suffering. We suffer long with people because we understand that we're all broken. We understand that people are broken and they're going through things. But there's a thin line between long suffering and tolerating disrespect. You can't get that twisted now, okay? When people go to being disrespectful, you got to let them know, not enough is enough, okay? But people really thought that, when you suffer long with them, they think you're weak. And they don't understand that because they don't have it in them. They don't have that type of understanding in them. So they don't understand that you're not being a weakling. You're just being understanding and long suffering and loving and trying to be patient and empathetic and, show empathy. Oh, I understand, D. I understand totally. But there comes a time where you got to really decipher is it long suffering or is it abuse? That's what we got to distinguish the two. And only God will be able to show you that. But people think you're weak because you try to be understanding and you try to, show them a different side of darkness. You trying to show them the light because all they ever lived in was darkness. You trying to be the light to them. But sometimes you have to move on out of the way and let God deal with them. You got to move on out of the way and let God do his business. But it's time for you all to move forward. That's what I came to talk to you all about. I spent my days just doing a little something here and there. But you have to move forward. And thank you, Joseph. I appreciate it. I plan on it. I'm just thankful. I thank God that, I'm just in this space where I am now. I'm just thankful. I am just thankful. But I feel so, I don't know. I don't know what 44 is supposed to feel like, but I just feel young. I feel good. Look, I feel good. I'm energetic. I got up. I worked out this morning. I got up like 4:55. 5 o'clock. I got up. I worked out. Yep. I walked on a treadmill for 30 minutes. Did my little exercise. I'm part of this challenge. I signed up for this challenge, 4-week challenge. So I see some results. So I feel good. It's a lot of work, but I feel great. Not just good, I feel great. There's a lot of sacrificing, but once you see those results and you start feeling good, that's a good place to be. Thank you, D. That's a good place to be. So I got up. I thank God for allowing me to see this day, and it just really feels good. Feels good to just, be present, be in tuned, to be filled with joy, not worried about anything. It feels good to be in a place where you don't have to experience negativity, negative energy, negative vibes, it just feels good to be in a healthy place. It feels real good to be in a healthy place. Emotionally, spiritually, Like, you all wouldn't understand. Well, you all would understand. Just know it feels good. It's a good place to be. A good place to be. So you all, I just wanted to come and talk to you all about that and encourage you all to keep moving forward. Don't give up. Make plans. What I like to do is I like to do things that I like to experience new things. So what I plan on doing is doing something that I've never done before. It could be simple, It's not oh, thank you, D. Yes, I feel like it. Listen, on the inside, I feel like it. I feel like I'm radiating from the inside. I feel like I'm lit up. Look, I got enough fire on the inside. I can give something to you all. I really do. It feels good. Like, if a person would have told me around this time last year, oh no, this time last year I was good, but the year before that, if anyone would have told me I would have been feeling this great, I would have been like, you know what? Cap, or what they say, you capping? I be trying to keep up with all this stuff. I would have told them, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. But that comes from the work I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of self-work. I can say I've been doing a lot of work, and it wasn't easy. I've sacrificed a lot. I've sacrificed a lot to get here because I don't like to be defeated. Chosen ones, I don't like to be defeated. I was listening to something. This guy was talking about the chosen ones. It's almost like we're the baby kids. You remember baby kids? You remember the little bad kids, little bad little... I don't like how they just put the little bad black kids on the show like that. But you do got some baby kids like that for real. I grew up around some. Look, I was one of them. Look, I was one of them. I was one of baby kids, but I wasn't that bad. Them kids were too bad though. You know how the little baby kids, they say, we don't die, we multiply. That's how it is for the chosen ones. We don't die, we multiply. Which means instead of folding, we fly. We work on ourselves. We don't blame anyone. We don't point the finger. We work on ourselves. We do the inner work. We know there's something going on. We know that we put ourselves in a situation or we've been through something, and we do the work on ourselves. D, I'll give you some, honey. Keep coming to these videos. It is hard, D. I'm not going to lie. It is hard. You have to dig deep and uproot some of that stuff. It is hard. It is very hard. But it can be done if you continue doing the work, continue journaling, praying, seeking deliverance if you can. Like, it's work, but it can be done. It can be done. You just have to be willing. You have to be willing, and you have to be focused. You can't worry about what nobody's thinking. Yep, you can't worry about what people are thinking, what they're talking about, what they're doing. You got to put that focus on you. I understand. Listen, I understand, honey. I've been there. I've been there. I've been there giving, to no avail. Giving, serving. I've been there. I know how it is, putting everybody's feelings and emotions and, being there for everyone else. Like, I depleted myself, and I had to learn to stop doing that. Being emotionally invested in people. Yes, being emotionally invested when there's no reciprocity. Not saying you're doing things to get something, but it's still good to, for somebody to think about you, somebody to, genuinely, not just to do stuff through, because of what it is, out of emotion, just going through the motions of it. Like, we can tell when somebody's genuinely supporting us, genuinely love. I know I could. I can tell when a gift is genuine. I can tell if the love is genuine, the support is genuine. Like, we just be wanting genuine support, and I'm done. Look, this season of my life is more focused on me. That may sound selfish, and it's not in a selfish way. Like, oh, I'm not worried about nobody. I'm not worried about sowing into anyone else. I'm not worried about listening to, who God tell me to help. No, it's not like that. It's just that my focus, my focus is on me. Healing myself, freeing myself, keeping my focus is me. I don't know why it's so hard for us to focus on ourselves, fill our cup up. Everybody else get leftovers. I fill my cup up for me. What's flowing out of that cup is what's for everyone else. Because it used to be the other way around. I used to give everybody else what's in me, and I take what's spilling out the cup. I don't do that anymore. So just imagine the glass, and you pouring something in the cup, and then all the liquids that's in the cup was for everybody. My cup was full of everybody else and their emotions, calling, checking on people, keeping my emotions involved and worrying and all that. I don't do all that anymore. I took back all my energy. I called back all my energy, all my power. All of that came back to me. My cup is filled up, and whatever is overflowing out of that cup, I give to everyone else. And I don't feel no way about that. I don't prioritize no one who don't prioritize me. The only people I prioritize is my children. And that's in the limited way, because they're a little older. And that's with limits. And that's with limits, with boundaries attached to it. And when you're a servant, it's just in you to just give. Sometimes you just give. A person, has not even asked you to do something, but because you got this servant mind, you volunteering. I stopped doing that foolishness too. I don't volunteer nothing. I caught myself doing it the other day with my daughter, and I told her I got to stop that. Let folks ask you. Let them ask. Don't be so willing, because they get used to that. They get so used to you always being the rescuer, always being the one who volunteer, chip in, and you leave yourself depleted. And you feel bad because now it feels like you being selfish. No, it's not you being selfish. You're preserving your energy. You preserving your energy. You keeping your stuff for you. Stop being so willing to volunteer. If the Holy Spirit didn't leave you, because sometimes we do this foolishness out of brokenness and out of being unhealed. Right? If the Holy Spirit not leading you to do it, don't be doing it. Don't do it. Don't do it to please people. Don't do it to keep people happy. Don't do it because you don't want a person mad at you. No, don't do that. It is okay to take care of yourself. You need you in this season. You need you. I know I need me in this season. All them other seasons, I was there for people, running behind them, doing all kind of stuff. I was just running myself raggedy. And I just look back on that and I'm like, girl, you should have had you a good friend around you. Look, you should have had you a friend or something to tell you, Monique, you just doing too much. Stop it. You worried about people, sitting there worried about people, concerned about folks who not even concerned about me. Like, you need to wake up, girl. Not in a selfish way. I didn't, no. It's just that when you become spiritually aware, you stop doing certain things because your energy is just depleted. You got energy out everywhere. You can't even take time out for yourself because everybody else is on your agenda. Everybody else is on your calendar. Take this person here. Do this for this person. Do that for that person. I got to do this. And you won't have yourself. You're nowhere on your calendar. Everybody else filled up. Do this for this person. Do that for that person. Do that for that person. And it's other means for people to do things they need to do and they want to do, but you just don't fill up your plate with everybody else stuff. And you're depleted. Everybody else a priority. You are nowhere on your calendar. Now everybody else on your calendar but you. Do this for that person. Do this. I got to go here. Got to go there. This one got a doctor's appointment. That one got a doctor's appointment. This one got a... No. No. Stop making yourself responsible for everybody else's stuff. It's time for them to learn on their own. Do things on their own. Break that codependent spirit. You can't do everything. I'm not as young as I used to be. We should know that if today is the 44th, okay? But you can't, I learned I can't deplete myself. When I was younger, I was superwoman. I had all the energy. Just my priorities was all whacked and messed up. Everybody was on my priority list. Everybody else was on my priority list but me. Things I like to do. I'm sitting here doing things for people who are just ungrateful. It is a hard lesson. Just, going out my way and doing things for people, just for people who are just ungrateful. Nothing you do could please them. And I'm sitting here running myself raggedy. I was doing things for people. Even if I didn't like it, I did it because that's what they wanted to do. I had to stop that foolishness. I'm so glad God woke me up out of that stupor. I was a stupor. And it's okay to serve. If you got a spouse, especially if they're grateful, you're supposed to serve your spouse. Y'all supposed to serve each other. Now, when you got a spouse, y'all supposed to serve each other. Don't supposed to be one way. It don't supposed to be one way. Y'all serve each other. You're supposed to spoil your husband. You're supposed to spoil your wife. And listen to the needs of your spouse. Oh, yeah. Let them... GD, you got to get a backbone. Exactly. Yes. Leger. I think that's the name. I can't see the name, but yes, you got to be Holy Spirit led. I had to learn that. I don't be helping nobody. I don't do nothing, because sometimes we can handicap people. We could, make them codependent, and they always looking for you to do stuff. They can't do for themselves. They can't think outside the box. They don't know how to maneuver because you always there. Oh, I can get my mama to do it. Oh, I can get her to do it. I get my wife to do it. I get my husband. No. Let them figure out their way. And I know people get used to that, and sometimes we do get thank you, Darrell. We do get we feel bad sometimes when we tell people no. We do. I used to be like that. It was hard. Let me tell you. Because I still had my little trauma going on, my little trauma responses, right? I remember my daughter was little, my baby. When she was little, every time she used to go in the store, we used to go in the store, she could look at me a certain way, just look at me and bat her eyes and look at me. I used to just have to get her wherever she want. Listen, she bat her eyes 2 times and I'm just getting whatever she pick up, I'm just buying in the store because of my own trauma. And the Lord say, you better stop getting that girl everything she want out this store, because she's going to grow up and she's going to be entitled and think that she's supposed to get things every time she comes into the store. So guess what I started doing? Okay, you can get it, but when you get home, guess what? I want my money. You're going to pay me for getting that for you. So guess what? They stopped asking to get stuff because I was paying for it. Yeah, she used to look at me with them eyes, manipulate me. You know them kids can manipulate their parents too. Them children know. They know how to manipulate parents. They know who to ask for different things and who not to. They know what parent to ask for certain things and what parent not to. Your kids know you. Your kids know you more than anybody because they sit just like you know them and you study your children. They study you too. Look, they study you too. Yeah, they study you so they know what buttons to push. They know how to be manipulative, and you got to put your foot down. You can't allow your at that time I allowed my trauma to dictate how I operated in that store. I allowed my trauma because when I was younger and I went to the store, I wanted my grandma to get me this and that. One of them did do. I was spoiled by one of them though. My dad's mom. I was spoiled. I didn't ask for a lot, but she did buy me a lot of stuff. I was spoiled. But I had to learn to not be doing that every time we go in the store. Because we think we buying our kids things. We think that's we think that's a way we show, we think that's love. Because we buy them everything where they got all these different toys and this, that, and the other. You know how many stores I heard people who parents were able to get them different things and they didn't care about the things. They just wanted that quality time with their parents, but they were busy working or they were busy with their business or career or whatever. Them kids didn't want that stuff. It's fun to play with it for a little while, but after that new car scent wears off, you don't be worrying about that car anymore. When a new car scent wears off, you eating in the car. When you first get that car, you don't want to eat inside of it. You keeping it clean, and after a while, that new car scent wear off, and that car just regular now. And I had to stop that. But we live and learn. We don't know. We don't know. But I stopped that foolishness because she always used to get in that store and be batting her eyes. Mommy! Get in there and bat them eyes, and she already was cute little something. Bat them eyes, and I was like, okay, you can get it. I stopped that though. It hurt, but I had to deal with my trauma. That was my trauma response. That wasn't her fault. She was just asking. And I could say yes or no. Yes, people take advantage of you. That's why I always talk about healing. And I talk about dealing with yourself, because when you heal and deal with yourself and reflect and do the work, you can see different responses and you can reparent yourself. Because some of us, we need to reparent ourselves. We do. Because unfortunately, some of our parents didn't have the tools. Some of our grandparents didn't have the tools. And we can't blame them because we have to look at the times they were in. And, a lot of our parents and grandparents, they came from out of that, that slavery mentality. And the only thing they knew was harshness. And the only thing they knew was being mean. And the only thing they knew was coming down with the hammer. Or only thing they knew was working, and everybody putting their resources together. So some of you all had to raise your siblings, and that traumatized you. And a lot of the trauma and curses that were passed down, because that's just how it was, and we got to get past that. I understand it is very painful. I grew up fast. I grew up doing a lot of things that it just was the way it was, It just was, hey, it is what it is. I grew up like, when I was 16, I was doing adult things. Like I was mature for my age. I was, paying my grandmother bills and going to the, water department, paying on her bill and handling her business and going to the bank. And 14, 15, 16, I was doing a lot of that, going to get her medication, making her doctor's appointments, counseling her doctor's appointments while I was going to school. That just was part of it. you know, and I don't regret it or anything. It's just how it was. But my kids, they didn't have to experience that. I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing, because it teaches you responsibility. And, you know, I learned a lot. So when my grandmother did pass, I already knew how to run a household. I already knew how to cook and handle business, right? I already knew all of that at a very young age. Exactly. Exactly. And that's what we have to do. We have to just do it differently. We don't have to repeat the same thing. We don't have to do the same thing, because we got to remember this generation is different. Like our children, and then too, we got to remember the environments we grew up in. We had to adjust to those environments. So most of us who grew up in certain environments, we move our children out of those environments so they don't have to deal with, you know, they don't have to deal with what we had to deal with. Yeah, they don't have to deal with that and face all the different things we had to face. So every generation is different. You can't, and that's another thing somebody needs to hear. You can't let that hold you back. You know, you can't allow how, like, what you went through, or the traumatic experience, or the pain you've experienced. You can't allow that to hold you back. You know, you got to remember that was a different time. Your job is for you to do better, raise your children different, and for you to create a different life for yourself. You don't have to stay stuck in that. And unfortunately, a lot of you all are stuck in the past. I couldn't stay stuck in my past. I left it right back there in the past. You stay back there. I'm going up here. I move 40 forward, and you can stay back there. All my past stuff, you stay back there. You can't come with me. I'm going to sit you back down in the chair back there. You get in the back of the bus. I'm going to the front with Rosa Parks. Lord, I'm just being silly here, y'all. Y'all have this, my little corniness now, my silliness. I'm sitting in the front. I am not going back to the back. And leave that back there. And you got to move on. And that's the thing. Some of us, it's so hard for us to move forward. I can't stay in my past. Listen, life is too short. If you're over 40, you don't live half of your life. They lied to you all and told you 50 was the halfway mark. No, 40 is the halfway mark. The average person, lives a good 80 years, 70 years. You already halfway there. So you're going to spend all the rest of your years stuck in the past? I don't think so. I can't do that. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not signing up for that. I'm not signing up for that. I'm not going to do that. How some people spend all their years just being mean, being hateful, being upset, being a victim, complaining. I'm not doing that. I got a whole list of things to complain about. I got a list of stuff I done been through. I can be a victim. I got a victimization list. I can list all the wrongdoings people done did to me. But I choose not to do that. I'm not focused on that. They can keep that. Whatever they did to me, that's based on their poor way of looking at life, and based on their brokenness. They have to deal with that. I'm not focused on that. I'm moving on my life. I'm moving on. I'm looking forward. You hear me? I'm moving forward. I refuse to stay. One thing I love about myself, let me tell you, among many things I love about me, I don't stay down for long. I don't stay in the same place for long. I process it, go through the pain, process the pain. I look at where I went wrong, what I did, how I could have did things better. I always look at myself. I don't always be the first to look at the person. Oh, that it sure do, JD. GD, that's why you have to get from around them. Your family is not your blood. I tell people this all the time. I talk about that a lot on here. Your family is not blood. Those are your relatives. Your family, you can create your own family. You can't get away from your relatives because y'all got the same blood, but you can create your own family. I have people that are not relatives, but they're family. They're not blood related, but they're family and treat me like family. You wouldn't tell the difference if we were blood related or not unless I've told you. I was born into an entire family that really wasn't blood related. I mean, not born, well, a part of, but you could never tell. You never could tell if DNA didn't say otherwise. And unfortunately, sometimes you have to leave your family. Oh yeah, you got to be delivered from that, GD. That's a stronghold, honey. You have a soul tie to that bloodline. You have to break that. It's a strong, I'm calling what it is, a strong demonic soul tie. If you're going through all that, you got to break whatever soul tie that got you so fearful or so much in anxiety. That's anxiety. When you got all them knots, something is going on. Yes, you got to cut that. You got to cut that cord. You got to cut the emotional tie to that. You got to be delivered from that. Oh, I know that feeling, girl. I know it. Or a boy. I don't know if you're a female or male, but I know that feeling. And you got to do a lot of prayer to get out of that. Because sometimes when you going through that, you got a lot of narcissistic family members when you go through all of that, or you got those demonic connections. You know, I was connected to a person like that before I knew what I was dealing with, and before I became into knowing who I am. I dealt with the person like that. I dealt with several people like that, but this one main person I'm talking about. When she used to call, it was always so much fear. I was just telling somebody the other day about this person. Like when she used to call, it used to be so much fear. Like it was like a energetic, demonic fear. Oh yeah. It's hard. Most narcissistic people, they do. They don't know how to process it. It's a very demonic, it is a very demonic stronghold that they have a spirit of unforgiveness, and they have a spirit of pride. They'll never let go of that. Only thing they would do is recycle that energy and pain and inflict it on other people. And most likely, people like that, I'll say 8 times out of 10, they've been abused as a kid, and it's not their fault. They've been abused in a undesirable manner, if you know what I mean. And they don't want to tell anyone. They just hold that pain and anger inside of them and take it out on their children, take it out on their spouses, right? Take it out on, their partners, girlfriends, boyfriends, whomever. They take it out on the people closest to them, especially if they are of the same sex. If they are the same sex that the person who inflicted the pain on them, they're going to really take it out on them. Oh, I know. I can write a book about that. That thing is spiritual and is deep. And you only can get this revelation and knowledge through wisdom. Through wisdom and experience. And they hold on to that. So, and it is hard because most of our pain comes from people. Most of our pain, that's why I talk about it a lot. Like most of our pain, we got to learn how to manage people. And a lot of people are dealing, hello, Timotheus. Oh yeah, I told you, yes. Because you're there to shed light on the family, GD. You're there, you're the strongest one to shed light on that bloodline, to change the direction of the bloodline. That's just how it is. You're strong enough to do it. You just have to know who you are. You have to ask God to show you who you are. And once he shows you who you are, you'll understand why you had to go through so much. And I know it's not easy. We want to blame God for a lot of things, but actually it's training. I tell people it's training. Like before God gave me that revelation and told me that it was training, I was asking the same thing. I'm like, why are people always mistreating me? Why everybody always? I was like, I didn't do nothing to people, love people and include them and, be there for them and support them. Like people just be mad at me for no reason. Any little ambition I have or trying to do something different. They used to say, I think I'm all that. I had family, talk about me and say, she thinks she better than somebody. All because I just wanted to do something different, or I wanted better for my family. I wasn't talking about them. I wasn't tooting my nose, like looking down on them. And when people have insecurity within themselves, they'll want to make you feel bad because you want something different. It's in you to do something different. It's in you to live a different life because you're called to do that. I didn't understand all of this stuff. God had to show me and give me revelation on all this stuff. Like the pain, and I'm gonna call it, and it's not rejection. See, when we heal, we'll realize what we thought was rejection was actually God protecting us. Because we wanted to be close to people who had demonic agendas to really come after our destinies. Like, it was a person that I just couldn't understand, like, what I did to this person for her to feel like she, I felt like she was rejecting me. But God was only protecting me because this person was wicked. This person was wicked. Her heart was wicked. She was wicked. And I couldn't see it. I saw a little bit of it, but I didn't know the in-depthness of, the wickedness that she was dealing with, that she was in. Because what the enemy will do when we're lacking something, there is a void there. And we always want to put people in that void. And we should be putting God in that void. God should fill that void up. If you got a mommy wound, daddy wound, you got to let God fill you up. Your husband can't do that. Your wife can't do that. Your friend can't do that. Your in-laws can't do that. Your father-in-law, mother-in-law, they got their own demons. Let God fill you up, because you're going to put a demon in that void, and they're going to run you dry. They're going to run you down spiritually. Spiritually, you're going to be ran in the ground. Because the enemy knows he can sniff out when you got that void. And he'll send you a Delilah. He'll send you a Delilah. He'll send you a Jezebel. Yeah, because she saw that light on you. Unfortunately, I tell people, everybody don't have the same experience. See, when I say stuff, people tend to look at me cockeyed or sideways, like we used to say, one eye open, like, what's she talking about? I only could talk about the things that I have wisdom and revelation on, or things I have experienced, or things God have shown me. Everybody wasn't born into a family where their mothers loved them. People don't understand that. I've experienced women hating their own children, jealous of their own children, jealous of their daughters, competing with their daughters, mothers jealous of their husbands' wives because they want to be their husband, they want to be their son's wife. They want to be the son's wife, jealous of their son's wives, creating competition. All while we'll be on this thing all night talking about stuff like that. It goes deep. It goes deep. You got to know what you did. And only people understand this who have experienced this. Because people think you're crazy when you talk about stuff like this. When you talk about dealing with strongholds and spiritual things, dealing with wicked in-laws, dealing with wicked mother-in-laws, dealing with wicked moms, dealing with wicked fathers, dealing with covert narcissism, and dealing with, people think this stuff is taboo. Only the chosen ones can understand the pain and the suffering of experiencing people with these demonic agendas who out just to annihilate the chosen ones because they hate that light in you. They hate that light in us. They hate that people love us. It's more people that love us than hate us. They want us to feel like people don't like us. They want us to feel insecure. They want to create all these insecurities in us to think everybody's hating on us and think everybody, no. You got more people that love you than hate you. People like that good energy. Why you think they slandered you, GD? Why you think your family slandered you? Because they don't want people to look at you in a good light. What these demonic souls do, when they can't be you, when they can't light up like you, when they can't light up from the inside, because that inside is genuine. See, they want to be you all, and they can't be you. That's why some of you all say, well, why people don't like me? I don't have nothing. Like, you don't have the material things. The material things is easy to get. I can go get a lot of material things. I can make a few phone calls right now and get anything that I want right now. Several. Several. Because I'm a kind person. Right? I'm a kind person. I'm trustworthy. People people know me by my spirit. They know me by my spirit. They know if I'm calling them, they know I need it. Right? And you be like, I ain't got nothing. You can be homeless. You can be carless. You can be toothless. Listen, you could be toothless. You could be spouseless. Like, you ain't got to have the things that the world say you need. But when you got that light in you, you got that special sauce. You got that special sauce. Don't have the special sauce on the inside and the outside. Don't be the light on the inside and look good on the outside. You really gonna be like, well, I ain't got nothing. Oh, you got more than enough. That's why people be hating or coming for you all. I won't say hating, coming for you. Because they see that they can feel that light. You are kind. You're a kind person. And see, they want you to be mean and nasty like them. That's why them smear campaigns went out. That's why people went to lie on you all. Everything that they've done and everything they've said, they said you said it. because they want people to look at you in a different way. They don't, they don't want people to see you in a good light. They don't want people to see them in a good light, see you in a good light. Exactly. They don't want that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They don't want that. Like, they don't want you to be kind. People want you to be nasty and mean like them. They don't want you to be, I told several times, you're too nice. And I was too nice, because nice means you're agreeable. I used to be a people pleaser. I was too nice. I stopped being nice, but I'm still kind. I'll always be kind. It's just who I am. And people don't like that. They don't like for you to be nice. They don't like for you to be kind and welcoming. I'm a hugger. I'm a lover. I'm a lover. My grandfather used to say, I'm a lover, not a fighter. My granddaddy used to say that all the time. I'm a lover. I'm a lover, not a fighter. So that's what I am, a lover. I'm not a fighter. I'm a hugger. I like touching. In a listen, that's not a perverted way, not a perverted way. Okay? I'm a Philly touchy person. I don't do it to everyone. I have to pick up on their spirit to see if they're okay. Because then, too, people think because you're nice, they think you're flirting. So I had to pull back on that. Because, you can't hug everybody. Because you got some little perverted souls out there. Look, perverted souls out there. You hug them and all kind of stuff just happened. Can't do that. I had to put limits on that, God. So you got look. Like, I had to cut back. Like, no. I sure was a hugger. And it wasn't nothing intentionally. I wasn't doing it to, be perverted or, flirting. Just, that's just me. And I had to learn that everybody don't receive that based on my intentions. Right? My intentions are pure. But I had to stop doing all that. I had to stop doing that. So I send my hug and, but yeah, I had to stop. I'll just be happy to smile and pat them on the shoulder or something. Let it be people I know. Don't be just strangers I'm walking up to hugging, but everybody don't receive that well. Well, everybody don't receive that well, so I learned how to be discerning. Yeah, I learned how to be discerning because people want to hold your waist and all that. Nobody don't have time for that. I don't have time for all of that. You got to be discerning. Okay, you don't want to be putting yourself in places and situations where you tempting people and so got to be discerning of that. But yeah, you got to listen. People don't understand. It takes a person who've experienced this stuff to know that it's real. Because some people can't fathom that their mom or their dad, some people can't fathom that their spouse will be jealous of them. The person you married. Some people can't fathom that the person I married is my enemy. Like, I'm trying to love them and they trying to attack me. Some people can't fathom that. Some people can't fathom the very thing I love, I gave birth to, is out to take me out. That's when people are dealing with spirits. That's when there's a whole nother world out there for you to give birth. Look at all these people don't gave birth to their unaliver. You got kids unaliving their parents. They gave birth to their unaliver. If some of them parents would have knew that, they probably would have got rid of them kids. But you don't be thinking, you're not thinking that I'm giving birth to my, you know. That's how we know we're dealing with different spirits. And unfortunately, they moving in and out of folks. So you got to be so guarded, and you got to be so grounded in God that when you see this stuff, you have to tap into your power to be able to fight this stuff. It is. It is, GD. And it's sad. It's sad. I feel sorry for you, dear. But you're going to get the strength. You have the strength to get through it. Because if I can get through it, you can get through it. You can get through it. It takes work. It takes work. Oh, I understand that. And sometimes God will remove you. Exactly. Yes, it takes work. You got to fast and pray. That's how I got rid of mine. I went on a fast. I went on a fast for like 3 years. I ain't gonna lie. I've been fasting a long time. It's a lifestyle. I know that's how I got over some of my stuff. And I'm not saying it just to be religious and be prideful, but I know that's how a lot of the stuff broke off me. Yes. It is. Yep, it is. I know I broke generational curses. God even told me I broke a lot of generational curses through fasting and prayer. It was some rooted stuff. I remember one time I had this dream. And I know this dream meant it was some rooted stuff. You know those big trees. I don't know what they call. I don't know what they're called. It's them big old trees that got them roots, them roots that go down in the ground. Like they go down in the ground, they grow on top of the ground. It was like a big tree that I dreamed about. This was years ago. I wrote it down. And the tree was so big, it was so tall, but the roots of the tree was it was like spread out, covering all the ground, like covering the entire ground. It was a couple of trees, but the big tree stood out. And the roots, I saw the roots in my dream. They just went all the way out, covering the whole like field. Yes, it was like an oak tree. And the roots just had went. I mean, it was roots everywhere, just growing. And I'm like, Lord, I don't know what that dream is, but I know it's something spiritual. And I know he was telling me something about my bloodline. And he gave me the revelation later on. And he was telling me that I was dealing with stuff that was generational, that went way back. He said it went way back. And so I had to uproot a lot of that. That's a lot of roots to uproot, right? And he said I'm gonna have to uproot all of that. I mean, the vines, the roots were going everywhere. It was just everywhere, just intertwined. It was just far and out. Yep, he showed me, like, I'm like, wow. And I try to remember my dreams too, because God talks to us in our dreams. Oh, wow. Oh, he'll do that, GD. He'll show us stuff that happened to us before we understood. Yep. Because a lot of our parents, especially if you look like me, a lot of our parents dedicated us and did stuff to us, and a lot of our family members taking us to, them bloodline witches in the family taking us to, sell our souls and like, people don't understand this stuff is real. And there's more and more people talking about it on social media now. But I been knew it was real because of what I used to hear growing up. I used to hear certain things growing up, and I had to start putting two and two together. Then I go back to my roots, my African bloodline, and, like, and then people like, oh, that's what they used to do. No. This stuff is not, they're not doing it for the right reasons. They're not doing it for the right reasons. That's why everybody in the family turn around mental. Everybody turn around, they born normal, and then after so long, oh, they losing their mind. You think they just losing their mind because they don't ate something? Yeah, they probably did ate something somebody don't gave them, but still. Yeah, like, born normal. Like, these folks were normal. And then all of a sudden, they just lose their mind. Somebody in the bloodline knows something. And they sit around and keep secrets. That's why your grandparents and parents used to tell you, I don't go in my room. They used to say, stay out of that room. Don't go in my room. Don't go under my bed. Don't go under my bed. They had their little boxes in there with people pictures on it, and had their little secret closet. Exactly. Dieting. It is. We got to be delivered from that, Miss Messenger. Yeah, we got, because that stuff. And unfortunately, I was listening to something, and I know it to be true. I was listening to something, and I listen to things, but I take, if it's too much, and my spirit say don't listen to it, I don't listen to it. But because a lot of stuff don't be biblically sound, and I'm still learning, and I don't want stuff to mess up my my thinking, or get me to thinking one way. But I listen to things to get different interpretations and to get information from it. But I would listen to this lady. She's a trauma therapist, right? And she was talking about how trauma could be passed down, like through the bloodline, through blood, through your generations. Like, it can actually be passed down. Like, if your mom was fearful, right? If your ancestors were fearful, and most of our ancestors, if you look like me, we got that spirit of fear. You got to break that spirit of fear because of slavery. That passed down in the bloodline. And you got to come against that. As you fearful to do anything. People fearful, scared to fly. They scared to get on the ship. They scared to do simple things. Oh, if I was made to fly, have wings. Like, no, you just fearful. That's the spirit of fear. Don't want to do anything, because if you're gonna leave here one way or another, you can't control that. If it's on a plane, if it's on a boat, if it's in the car, if it's in your house, you don't have to wake up. You're gonna leave here, so you can't control. You can't control being here on earth. That's not in our hands. But just fearful of everything, fearful of standing up, fearful of sitting down, fearful of driving, fearful, like, no. That's fear passed down. Fearful of doing this, fearful of doing just things that, to me, shouldn't be that fearful to do, but it's just passed down. I don't like stuff controlling me. I don't like to be fearful. So if I got a fear, I face that fear. When I was fearful of flying because it was passed down, guess what I did? I went and got myself on a plane. Several planes. I'm like, I'm not going to let this fear, I'm not going to be fearful of this. Whatever I feel is overtaking me, I face it head on. I remember when I went on my first cruise ship. I took my first cruise, you all. Look, I'm putting y'all in my business now. I just, listen. I'm putting y'all in my business. Why, when I went on my first cruise, I gave myself that gift when I graduated from graduate school, right? That was my gift to myself. So I said I wanted to go on a cruise because I'd never been on a cruise. And one of my, I'm going to tell you another story after this. But so when I got on the ship, the first thing I felt was fear. And I started hearing the Titanic music in my head. And now, you know, the little music, the little Titanic music. I started hearing that in my head as soon as I got on the ship. And we went to the dock area, the deck area. Oh, that's the deck, yeah. I started hearing the Titanic music, and I saw the little man blowing the napkin. You know how your mind play. Look, that's how your mind play tricks on you. I saw the little man blowing the napkin, and I heard the violin and everything. And I said, you know what? I come against that spirit of fear. I said, that's a spirit of fear. I said, I bind that spirit of fear in the name of Jesus. I am not going to sit here and be fearful. I don't pay my money. And I said, I got authority, and I'm going to command this ship. I said, instead of being fearful, let me go pray for this captain. I prayed for that captain. I say, Lord, you steer him in the right direction. As long as I'm on this ship, now you see I'm still here, okay? Because that fear, it just came down. I heard that Titanic music. I saw the little violin. And I saw, you know, because it's all in your head. No one else would hear no Titanic music. Them people was ready to party on that ship, you know? I went on Carnival. So I heard that Titanic music, and I saw the little replays from watching the movie. Look, don't watch the movie. They down there. I saw the little water submerging. So I had to put in my head what I'm going to do, you know, like if the ship do turn over, you know, because you can rehearse it out. Don't mean it's going to go as planned. And I said, I bind that spirit. I bind that spirit of fear. I was with my cousin. I said, girl, let's pray. I said, we finna pray. And I said, I'm going to enjoy myself. And I enjoyed myself, too. I enjoyed myself and everything. But I sure heard that Titanic music. Look, exactly. I heard that Titanic music. I'm like, Lord. And then I'm thinking about the story my Haitian friend told me about her mom when they was coming over here from Haiti, how they saw a sea monster. I'm like, Lord, then the sea monster story don't jump in my head. Look, I believe that too. I sure believe there's stuff out there in them seas. I believe it. Okay. I thought about that, and I'm like, Lord, why am I thinking about all this stuff? I had to buy all that stuff, but I enjoyed myself. And I've been planning to go on my next cruise, and I haven't been back since, but I'm planning to go. I love cruising. It's nice. I got a sister who cruises a lot. Her and her husband. So I do plan on it. As soon as I get myself situated, I want to go on another cruise because it's fun. It's real fun. It's real nice. But yep, I heard that Titanic music. Y'all don't be laughing at me. I sure did, but I bind that spirit, that fear. You know, fear just come in. It comes in. And if you don't take control over it, it'll take control over you. I know, right? Look, in my head, I said, look, the whole little scene was playing out. He trying to play that violin. You better go get you a floaty so you can float up out of here. But I enjoyed myself. I really did. I enjoyed myself. I like doing stuff like that, you know? Yep, I like doing stuff like that. Having fun, meeting new people. Even on the ship, we did karaoke and everything. We did karaoke on the ship. On the ship. You know, when I go, you know, places, I don't meet strangers, you know? I just talk to everybody. So I enjoyed talking to different people, learning about, you know, where they were from and all kind of things. It was nice. I like meeting people. You learn a lot, you know? When you talk to people, you learn a lot. Most of all my information that I've gotten, like, something to help me with my business or to make life a little easier or something like that, if I didn't research it, I got it from somebody. Somebody told me how to do something better or how to do this or different ways of doing things. Yep. I love talking to people. I love meeting new people. You learn a lot like that, you know? We're more alike than we are different. When you talk to people, I don't care where they're from. We are more alike than different. And I love that. I love it. But you all, thank you all for spending my birthday with me. Look, I came on my birthday to spend with you all, right? I came on here to spend with you all because I was out and about. I had to go get my clothes from the dry cleaners. I almost forgot about them clothes. I really did. I'm not going to lie. I thought about it when I was getting my nails done. I said, I think I still have my clothes in the dry cleaners. So I went to get my clothes. That's them in the back right there. And then I went to, thank you. I went to Ross just to look back there. Do you all shop at Ross and like Bell's and all that? I be getting their little seasonings because when I do cook, you know, I don't cook it as much as I used to because the kids are older now. When I used to cook, I used to like going to get their little seasonings in the back. I love their little seasonings. I ended up getting this garlic lemon pepper. It's from Pure Spice. I know, right, Robert? See, I got some exactly. So I like getting their spices. I went and got this. This is like a garlic lemon. And I want to try it. And then I always like getting their smoked paprika. I went and got their smoked paprika. Now I'm from the South. My grandmother, I used to cook neck bones and all that kind of food. But I had to stop cooking all that food because it wasn't healthy, especially them smoked neck bones. I used to cook like that southern cornbread, rice gravy. I went and got this one here. This, I like putting this on my salmon or chicken. It's real good. It's called smoky paprika. I got that one. And it's another one I used to get from Bell's, but Ross have it sometimes too. It's garlic onion. You can go to Ross in the back they have it, or Bell's Outlet. They have all the different seasonings in the back. Yep, Ross and Bell's Outlet. Or even what the name of it is? They have seasonings too. I'm trying to put a pamphlet. I laid my window down. What is the TJ Maxx? No, not TJ Maxx. I don't go. Burlington. Burlington have some seasonings too. But TJ Maxx do have seasonings, but they don't have that many options though. Yeah, but I love going to get their seasonings. I got a cabinet full. And before I moved, like a year ago, I had a big old box that I sold. This lady came by. I had a yard sale, and the lady came by because I had so many. I didn't know I had so many. And she came by and bought a big old box for like, oh yeah, my birthday is today. Yep. I'm a 7-11 baby. But I thank God though. I said I'm gonna talk to my chosen ones today. I started to come on my lunch break today, but I'm like, no. They ended up buying me a cake at work. That was nice. And then a nice little card. But I said, you know, I sat in there with them. I did go get me a little soup though. But I'm gonna got my nails done, toes done. And then tomorrow I'm gonna do something. Then Saturday I'm gonna do something. Sunday I'm gonna do something. Just, you know, just small things, nothing big. What I am going to do though Saturday, because I'm not going to have time Friday. They have this garden in the area because I love the outdoors. All right, right, D? It was. I appreciate things like that. Bell's Outlet? Yeah, it's Bell's Outlet. But I'm going to this garden area. It's a garden. It's a botanical garden. And I'm going to go there. I may go Sunday or Saturday, but I know I want to go. I know I'm going this week. Part of my, you know, birthday celebration. But I love that garden. They have the most beautiful flowers, and it's just the nicest trees. It's just real nice. It's real nice. You can take nice pictures out there too. Nice pictures. I love the outdoors. I went to, they have like a preserve area a couple cities over, and I think I did a few videos out there. If you go back, I think about early this year, I think I did a few videos out there. There's a preserve. It's by the beach. It's real nice. I love being out there. Yep. Oh, wow. Where are you at, D? What part of the United States? I'm a born and raised Floridian. I don't think I could live anywhere else. I'll visit you all, but to live where it's cold, I don't think I could survive. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't think I could survive. Visit, yes, but to live, no. My blood is just filled with sand and palm trees and beaches and, you know. I bleed palm trees. I can't go anywhere else. Now I visit, okay, for a week or two, maybe a few days. I know. Oh, they sure do. And I used to look. They have alligators and everything. I used to swim in the canal, play around in the canal, Lake Okeechobee. I grew up in the country, swimming in canals with the alligators and snakes. We didn't know. We could have got ate up. Look, we could have got ate all up, but God was with us. Now these alligators are a little too aggressive because they attacking people. Look, they are attacking people. Well, I know this lady, I think it was like last year, she was walking her dog. You can't be walking by the lake with no little dog, because you know alligators see that as food. She walking her dog, and that alligator came up out that water and ate that dog right here in Florida, not too far from where I live. You can Google it and look it up. Yeah, attacked the dog. I think he attacked her because she was trying to save it. I would have just like, rest in peace, doggy. I'll see you in doggy heaven, because I am not about to try to save you. I would have been running. I'm sorry. I know people love their animals, but no, I can't. If I don't have no gun, or no, I can't be trying to fight no alligator. I'm like, see you in doggy heaven. Rest in peace. I can't. And then, you know, you can't say what you're going to not do because you're not in the situation, you know? You left on probation? What did you do, Timothy? Timotheus? What did you do down in Miami? Because Miami is busy now. Miami's crazy now. It's busy. I was thinking about going there on Saturday. I still may go. That's one place I was thinking about going down to Miami. They got some little spots I want to try. You know, I've never been to. There's a lot to do down there. I used to go there. I used to travel by myself and go visit my aunt. You know, things I used to do when I was younger, I wouldn't dare let my children do. You know what I used to do? I used to travel from one city. I used to get on the bus, to get on the train, to go down south to Miami all by myself. And I was young too. I think I was probably 11, 12, maybe younger than that. Yep. Oh, wow. What did you do? You came out here for spring break or something? That's the vacation for you. That's a long time to be sitting up in jail. You know, I think God just got so much favor on me because, you know, I've been pulled over a lot of times and I really never got a ticket. I've been pulled over a lot of times, and I ain't bragging about that. I don't want to say, because, you know, I'm kind to the officers. You know, I think God just got favor, have favor. And that's another thing about chosen ones. We're always favored. God always look out for us. I remember I lived down from a school zone, right? I lived down from a school zone, and I forgot that the school had started because, you know, it's seasonal, right? And I forgot school started, and I was going 40 miles in that zone. It was in a high school zone, though. And I was going 40 miles. And that police pulled behind me so quick. He pulled behind me so quick. Oh, wow, Timothy. He pulled behind me so quick, I didn't know what hit me. And I just told him when he stopped, I was so honest. I was like, officer, I really was speeding. I just told him the truth. I didn't even lie. I'm like, yeah, you caught me. I was like, that's my, you know, I was just honest. I was like, you know, I'm like, sir, I didn't even realize school started. I was going 40 miles. And I had my badge on me going to work. He was like, since you work to that place, because I was working in a place, a little wealthy area. And he was like, since you work at that place, he said, I'll let you go, you know? He said, I'm gonna give you a warning. He didn't write it up or call in or nothing. He was like, just, you know, be careful next time. Mind, you know, watch, you know, where you're going. Then it was one time I ran into the back of a police officer. I rear-ended him and I totaled his car because I totaled my car. I did not get a ticket. He had favor. That was favor there. And I didn't realize I was favored until things kept happening. I told that police. You remember when the Malibus first came out? Malibus. Remember the Malibu cars, and the police officers started. I know down here in Florida, they started getting the Malibus. And I had that's when I had my little, I was young too. Right out of high school, I had my little ugly Ford Festiva. Remember the little Ford Festiva? Them was some little ugly cars, but I had my car. I didn't care. I didn't have to catch the bus. I wasn't too prideful. I took care of my little Festiva. And that was the first car. I paid for it my own money. So I never forget, I was driving behind him and he didn't put on a signal light. And you know how you in momentum, you going in traffic. He abruptly stopped, or abruptly turned. And I caught him. Right in the tail, and I pushed the trunk of his car into the back seat with my Festiva. And my Festiva, my hood, not the hood, the front end of it was pushed in. And you know them Festivas, there's some like hard cars. Those cars really had that real metal. It wasn't the plastic stuff like the Malibu. That's the plastic cars. I call them the plastic cars, that fiberglass. But the Festiva, that stuff was metal. That car was heavy. And I ran into that police officer. He had on his uniform. And he was nice. He was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I hurt my knee. My knee hit my car when I crashed into him. My knee hit against under the steering wheel." You know, he did not give me a ticket for that. He asked me, was I okay? Checked on me. Asked me, was I okay? He didn't write it up or nothing. I think he knew he was wrong. Either he think he knew he was wrong, which I was wrong because I hit him, but God had favor. That was favor. That's why people be jealous of y'all. That's why people be mad at the chosen one. Because God look out for us in situations like that. Look out for us. Yep. Yep, it's dark here already. I'm getting ready to go. I talked to you all for, what, a good hour and something. Exactly, Timothy. Yeah, they're real plastic. But, yep, that was favor. He protected me in so many things. Then I was in a situation that I shouldn't have been in, with somebody I shouldn't have been with. And I remember I was young, too, and in a situation, and him and his cousin or nephew, they ended up doing something to somebody they have no business, and that person could have saw me and retaliated on me. I'm just an innocent bystander. I didn't know what was going on till after the fact, and I'm like, look at this foolishness. I'm in this situation, and I could have, I look back on stuff, and I was just protected. Yep, I was protected. I really was. But I gotta go, you all. It's getting dark. I spent enough time as I could with y'all. And I'm gonna go and finish my night out and get me some good rest so I can start again tomorrow. So you all be blessed. Thank you all for just spending the time with me. And I'll talk to you all tomorrow, okay? Or if not tomorrow, the weekend. I may go live when I go to the garden to let you all see. Because it's so beautiful out there. It's real beautiful. But I can't tell you the place because then I don't want nobody to try to pinpoint where I am. People do weird things, I like to be honest, but you still have to be cautious. Be cautious in what you say and do online. Because you got a lot of creeps out there. You got a lot of creeps. And information so accessible. And you don't want nobody just sitting around staring and watching you, Look, staring, looking at you. That's why I got to stay prayed up and be vigilant. Got to be, some people just so free and just say everything online. No, I'm very cautious about things. Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Some people just, I'm here, I'm there. You can't be doing that. Well, you all be blessed. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Thank you all for sitting with me and talking to me about everything, just stuff. Talking about stuff. Good night. Y'all be blessed.